You woke up this morning and checked your phone before you even got out of bed. You felt a small shot of anxiety when you saw the notifications, then another when you didn't. You grabbed your coffee, scrolled through headlines that made your heart rate spike, argued with someone online you'll never meet, and spent the rest of the day unable to fully concentrate on anything. And somewhere in the back of your mind, you had this vague, nameless feeling that something is wrong. Here's the thing. Nothing is wrong with you, but something is very, very mismatched. Your brain, the one reading these words right now, is not a modern brain. It is an ancient machine running in a world it was never built for. And that mismatch is quietly shaping every decision you make, every fear you feel, and every craving you can't explain. To understand what's happening inside your skull, you have to go back, way back. Imagine a savanna, wide open, sun-scorched, maybe 200,000 years ago. A small group of humans, your direct ancestors, are moving slowly, scanning the horizon. Their brains are working at full capacity, not thinking about mortgage payments, not wondering what other people think of them, watching, calculating, surviving. The environment they lived in was brutal. Predators were real. Starvation was real. Being rejected from the group meant death. Every second of every day, their brains were solving the same problems. Find food, avoid danger, stay connected to the tribe. And their brains got very, very good at those problems. Evolutionary psychologist David Buss at the University of Texas has spent decades studying how these ancient pressures shaped the modern human mind. His research shows that the core architecture of your brain, the fear circuits, the social instincts, the threat detectors were all wired during this long prehistoric period, not in the last few hundred years. The technical term researchers use is evolutionary mismatch. It means your brain was optimized for one environment and is now being asked to run in a completely different one. Think about sugar. In the ancient world, sugar was rare and precious, ripe fruit. Honey, stumbled upon by accident. Your ancestors who craved sweetness and gorged on it when they found it survived better than those who didn't. That craving was adaptive. It kept them alive. Now you walk into a convenience store and every shelf is covered in refined sugar. Your brain lights up exactly the way it did on the Savanna. The craving fires. The reward circuit activates. But there's no scarcity to stop you. The ancient system, running perfectly, produces a modern epidemic. The same logic applies to fat, to salt, to every processed food engineered to activate the systems your ancestors evolved over hundreds of thousands of years. But food is just one piece of this. Think about your social anxiety. In the ancient world, being watched by others in your tribe was serious business. If the group turned on you, you could be exiled. And exile, back then, was a slow death sentence. Your brain learned to treat social judgment as a survival threat because it was. Now you post something online and wait for the response. The same ancient threat detector activates. Your cortisol rises. Your heart rate increases. You are, on a neurological level, being watched by the tribe. The fact that the tribe is now thousands of strangers on the internet does not matter to your brain. It doesn't know the difference. It only knows the feeling. Psychologist Mark Leary at Duke University calls this the sociometer hypothesis, the idea that your self-esteem is not really about how you feel about yourself. It is a gauge, constantly measuring how accepted you are by the people around you. When that gauge drops, you feel it in your chest. When it rises, you feel lighter. It is an ancient instrument running 24 hours a day, reporting data from a social world that your brain still thinks is a small tribe of 150 people. But here's where it gets even stranger. Your brain doesn't just misread social situations, it misreads time. Ancient humans lived in an immediate return environment. You work, you eat, you hunt, you feed your children. Every action had a payoff that came within hours. There was almost no concept of working for a reward that would arrive years later. Your brain is still built for that world, which is why saving for retirement feels so abstract and uncomfortable, why exercising consistently is hard even when you know the long-term benefits, why you choose the short-term relief of scrolling over the long-term satisfaction of reading. The reward circuits in your brain are designed for immediacy. They are running ancient software in a world built on delayed gratification. Neuroscientist Antonio Damasio has described this as a conflict between the older, faster emotional brain, the limbic system, and the newer, slower prefrontal cortex that handles long-term planning. In prehistoric life, fast emotional decisions were often the right ones. Don't analyze the rustle in the grass. Run, now. The slow, rational brain catches up later. Today, that same system makes you panic in a traffic jam, rage at a slow internet connection, or spiral into anxiety over a meeting that is 3 weeks away. The ancient brain fires first. It fires fast. And it fires whether the threat is a lion or a passive-aggressive email from your boss. This is not weakness. This is your brain working exactly as designed. The problem is that the design brief was written 200,000 years ago. And perhaps nowhere is this mismatch more visible than in how your brain handles information. On the ancient Savanna, new information was rare and valuable. A sound you hadn't heard before, a track in the mud, a change in the wind. Novelty meant potential danger or potential reward. Your ancestors whose brains snapped to attention at anything new were the ones who survived long enough to pass on their genes. Now, you live in a world producing more information every day than your ancestors encountered in a lifetime. Every notification is a novel stimulus. Every headline is a new threat to evaluate. Every scroll is a burst of novelty your brain was built to chase. The result is a brain in a permanent state of alert, moving from stimulus to stimulus, never fully settling, never fully at rest. Attention researchers call this continuous partial attention, a state where you are never fully present anywhere because your ancient novelty detector is always scanning for the next thing. You are not distracted because you are lazy or undisciplined. You are distracted because distraction is what your brain was built to do. So what does all of this mean? It means that the discomfort you feel, the anxiety, the craving, the restlessness, the social pain, none of it is random. It is ancient signal in a modern world. Your brain is doing its job. It is just doing it in the wrong era. Understanding this doesn't make the feelings go away, but it changes something fundamental about how you see yourself. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not failing to adapt to modern life. You are carrying a 200,000-year-old survival machine into a world that has changed faster than evolution can follow. The same brain that kept your ancestors alive through ice ages and predators and famine is the one now panicking over Wi-Fi speeds and social media metrics. And every time you feel that ancient fear in a modern moment, that spike of anxiety, that social ache, that pull toward the familiar and the sweet and the now, you are not experiencing a malfunction. You are experiencing what it means to be human. An ancient creature, still waking up, still reaching for the phone, still scanning the horizon for something that might be coming. The savannah is gone, but your brain still remembers every inch of it.
Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe for more such amazing content.